Hey everyone, today I'm going to try something a little different. Starting now, I'm going to just talk to the camera for like 14 minutes or so and just see what comes out of my mouth. I'm kind of doing it because there's a video, and I'll link to it in the description, by Charlie McDonald, or Charlie is so cool like as he's known on YouTube, where he put together a video that was 10 minutes long of him eating cereal. That's literally all he did in the video. Then he made a second video talking about that, and he said that sometimes vloggers are not taken, it's not taken seriously. That was a mouthful. It's not that they're not taken seriously necessarily, but that people disregard them because they don't necessarily put as much time or effort, or what they're talking about is just kind of empty and worthless. And it's kind of made me think, what am I talking about on these? And why am I doing this? And I guess the best answer is I don't really know why I'm doing it. I just thought it'd be a fun thing to do, and so far I was right. It's been fun, even if I don't necessarily feel like I have necessarily done what I thought I'd like to do with it when I started. It's been interesting being able to watch the videos and see reactions some people have, even if there's not a lot of reactions. Just, I don't know, it's kind of fun getting it out there and trying to see if I can get people to watch it and trying to get some interaction. See, and I'm not going to edit it, so there will be all this weird stuff in the middle. So I've got a video that I put up like within the very, very first week I was vlogging, about cats versus dogs and people liking them one over the other. And I was gonna do a poll about who watching the channel likes cats versus dogs more, but I have had 3, maybe 4 responses now, and there hasn't been enough feedback on it. So I'm continuing to put a link to that video in the description and featuring it on my channel. So if you're interested in voting, make sure you go and watch that video and comment on it, not on a different video. And I'd love to see some interaction like that. It'd be great. I've kind of feel like the only people watching this are related to me, so getting feedback like that is great. On a related but also not related topic, I have a Facebook page that is linked to this site, and a Twitter page now that I post news and the videos, and kind of use them as platforms to try and make them more publicly viewed as well. So if you guys it'd be great if you shared my videos on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, got me out there. Yeah, I really appreciate those who do watch these though, and the time they spend paying attention to whatever I have to say. It's interesting. Last night when I was thinking about what I would do, things kept going through my head, but now that the camera's on and I'm actually doing this, I can't think what I want to say. And it's interesting to me that that's the effect it has, because normally I don't have that problem, but I think it might be just the part where I have to open my mouth and say it. I can't just think it, and putting the thoughts together in words for me is harder out loud, because I can't, once I say it, I can't take it back, so it makes me hesitant to say things sometimes. And I think that might be part of what has happened to me with making these videos, is I'm starting to get better at putting those thoughts together. And even though in the first few videos I couldn't focus and get what I wanted to say out there as well, I hope that I'm getting better and that the videos I'm putting up now are more enjoyable to watch, more entertaining. Because that's really why I put them up. I don't put them up just so I can put little bits of my life on YouTube. I put them up because I hope people enjoy watching them, and I hope that it'll be something that people can watch and, if not relate to, at least enjoy and see what's going on in somebody else's life and how their life relates, and see that everyone goes through things, and that even if you feel down or lonely or whatever, there's always people out there who are doing something stupid in front of a camera just trying to make you laugh. So I hope that that's something you guys can get out of these. Even if it's not something I do all the time, that would be one of my goals, that you guys would get out of these videos. Moving on to a different topic, I guess I could talk about Nauvoo more. I really didn't tell you guys much about what happened, kind of because I didn't set it up very well for myself. Honestly, I went to Nauvoo planning on getting some footage and getting shots of all the houses and having stuff I could come back and show you guys, make a video of it, and just make a whole video that would be my time in Nauvoo. And then I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. Just a minute. My grandma called and interrupted me. I had to take it. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, Nauvoo. Yeah, so I had planned completely on doing that, and then I was in Nauvoo, and I was busy all the time, and I went and I got some footage, but then I didn't like it, and I was silly, and let my perfectionist side just delete it instead of keeping it and then being able to use it later. So you got the, what, 6 or 9 somewhere in there pictures that I had, and then footage of me on a unicycle. So I kind of dropped the ball on that one. So why don't I talk about Nauvoo? Let's see, what did I talk about in the video? Nauvoo pageant was a lot of fun. I would recommend either look up their Facebook page. I'll put a link to it in the description, along with their main website. And just kind of look at what it's about. It's a lot of fun. If you have the opportunity or inclination to volunteer as one of the participants or work crew, I would certainly recommend it. It was a good experience for me. It taught me a lot of things and allowed me to grow and have experiences that I wouldn't have really had any other way. At this time in my life anyway. I'm sure there would have been other times that I could have had similar experiences, but I was grateful that I was able to go. We had very full days in Nauvoo. I honestly slept the best I have ever slept while I was in Nauvoo. We were up most mornings before 7 o'clock, and we didn't get to bed until 11:30 was probably the earliest I ever got to bed on a night we were doing pageant. Midnight or 1 o'clock was more common. So it was exhausting, but also exhilarating. Being with great people, doing something that has a great purpose and has a great message was a ton of fun. And I'm grateful that I was able to meet so many amazing people while I was there in Nauvoo, and for the growth I had while I was with them. Just recently in our scout troop here, we did a activity where I had the opportunity to talk about what the backstage aspect of it was like because of one of the awards we're working on. And it was interesting to try and put that into words as well and to explain what it was like. And I couldn't really explain what we did because without the stage, it doesn't make a lot of sense. You have to be looking at the stage to be able to understand how it all worked. I'm grateful for the skills I learned while I was there and for the use that they'll probably have for the rest of my life, honestly. There was one day where I was asked to drill holes in a metal pipe so they could stick an eye hook through it. And we didn't have a drill press, so I was sitting there with an electric drill, drilling through thick metal bars. Well, not solid, but metal tubes, square metal tubes. And the learning how to do that and the tricks that make it easier and that damage the equipment less. Just so many different tricks and little things I learned, as well as things about myself. Just recently I've started making a goal, as you saw in my last video, not to put people down as often, or not to be sarcastic as often, both. And I didn't realize how often I did it until I really started thinking about it and paying attention to when I was doing it. And it's made me realize that it's not hard to do it unconsciously and actually offend someone and come across in a way you never intended to come across. And it's kind of opened my eyes to that danger that's there. I wouldn't go so far as to say that sarcasm is never acceptable, mostly because then I'd be in a lot of trouble. But I would say be very, very, very selective and careful in the way you use sarcasm, and be very aware of when you're using it, because it can be confusing and make you seem as if you're saying something that you really don't mean, especially if you use it subtly and people don't realize it. So that's just something about myself I've learned and that I'm trying to watch. So many things are happening in my life right now. I can't believe that everything's going on right now. Everything that's going on between preparing for my GED and preparing to leave on a 2-year mission for my church. It's just weird to think that I'm already that age and looking at having to apply to colleges and prepare for that part of my life. I can't even imagine what it's going to be like being in college or even more out of college and having a family. It's weird to think about. My brother came in for a second, got something, and now he's gone again. Thank you for watching. If you watched all the way to the end and endured the rambling of beginning blogger. I don't know. Beginning vlogger. I don't know. Thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.